Hey, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sharon Whiteman, and I partner with Dinah Hunter and Gary Knapp to bring the Saturday trainings to you for some years now. And there's a lot of gratitude to us, but really we're most grateful for this opportunity. We love connecting with you and representing and edifying this great company and mission and purpose and business. So today we're very blessed to have James Hannan. He's a regular guest and leader and trainer for each and every one of us, and we're very appreciative of that as well. James likes to say that he's the story that no teacher wants to tell their students about. He went from getting the lowest grade in his high school year to becoming a national sales manager of a small public company. His passion for understanding the sale process and what makes a person say yes to buying a product fueled his success because he could never understand why people would say no. If they did, he knew he had made a mistake and mistakes could be fixed. But it was this knowledge of people's behaviors that warned him that changes were coming for the company he worked for. He needed to start a new challenge and see if he could take his passion for people and processes and do something for himself. James said no to building a Manatech business 3 times, but then one day, his upline support person, Rod Gilchrist, helped him to see what was possible. Although James wasn't an overnight success, he was able to build and continues to build a large international business. Starting over 20 years ago, his passion for Manatech is more today than it ever has been. And like I said at the start, he's passionate to help everybody being successful. And, especially the business, there's, when I said that what happened to James in his company, he felt something coming. I think not only has something come, but I think there's more to come in the insecurity in the job and career area. So this is really important mission for us to get out and spread the news. So James, thank you for being here.
My pleasure. Thank you for the invitation as always.
Are you going to share your screen or?
I will share my screen, but before we get there, I want to just expand a little on what you just said, Sharon. And I think this is important for everyone to get a hold of. I would say probably 10 years ago, we started to talk to people about the advent of technology in the way that we live, the advent of technology in the way that we see our future, our children see their future, and their children see their future. And gone is the day where I remember doing a slide, and on the slide it says that robots will be taking jobs. Robots will be a big part of our life. That day has come and gone. And now we are living in a world right now where we are seeing an incredible shift, and the shift is so fast. And let me give you a little bit of an idea of why I can speak with this in authority, is that I also own a marketing agency. And in marketing, we use technology all the time. And I mean a lot of technology. And some of the technology that is available right now is blowing my mind. And what that means for us as individuals is that everyone on this call needs to take their plan B and make it plan A and make it now. Okay. What is coming in and what is here and what is coming in and what the CEOs of companies are looking at to build and grow their businesses is stuff that we've never, there is stuff there you don't even know exists right now. And that technology is going to change the future in a way that the computer changed it when the computer came in. But it's going to be bigger, and it's going to be more rapid, and in some aspects more violent. What I mean by more violent, more the shift that it will create, and the space and the speed that it will create that shift, those that go quietly into the future, it will be missed. There is an opportunity for everyone to go, you know what, technology is here that can write a book in 1 minute, and the book is amazing. The technology is here to do design work that you just type in a few commands into a computer and it will design the book for you. Technology is here where you would type in and you would ask it to write the code for a website. It'll write the code and you're not even needed. So what we have to understand is that there will always be a need, and that's where this business comes in. There will always be a need for belly to belly, face to face. There will always be a need for for conversation. There will always be a need for relationship. There will always be a need, and I mean a driving need for relationship. If there's one thing that COVID taught us, is that COVID taught us that we crave one another. We crave to hang out. We crave that connection. We crave that relationship. We crave that belonging. And that's one thing that can never be replaced by technology. So when we're looking at an industry that we're looking at that fills that gap, and Manatech, and people will always need our products. That can't be replaced either. So we have a product that people need and a way to bring that product to the market that people crave, okay, which is that human connection. And obviously, online marketing will always be a part of that as well. You guys know I'm big into online marketing. But now is looking into 2023 and going, well, what do I really want this year to be? If there is a time to start building your business, it's right now. The kind of jobs that used to be secure, that used to be that you would think are always going to be here, won't always be here. And we're going to see a transition over the next 5 years to 10 years max, where we see that transition happen. And so thinking about what do we want our children to have in their future, we have that answer. And Sharon was right, Diana was right in what they said about what the company is planning, what the company is doing. There is some incredible things that they're working on that are going to support you and support all of us in building our business. Now, to help you with that, today, when Sharon asked me, I thought there is something that we as leaders, what makes you get what you want? So if we look at where the future is going right now, remember this, that technology was never invented to replace people. Technology is always and will always be there to support people. It is a trend, and that is what our job is, to learn how do we use it to build our businesses, and that'll be part of it. But here's the beautiful thing about what we do. The kind of technology that we need is the technology we use every single day of the week, and that technology is us. Okay, I'm saying we're robots, but I'm saying that we've already got it built inside of us what people need. Okay, and that is a caring, thoughtful person that's prepared to sit down with the person, listen to the person, and maybe make a offer for a solution to that person. So let's have a look at what that could look like. So let me just open that up. One of the things that we all talk about, and some of us get challenged by, and that is getting what you want. Life is really, it's about, and so I sometimes get myself in trouble because I say it, and I don't mean to say things strongly, but every one of us do things because we want to get something from it. Whether it's sharing down at or helping down at the local charity, we get something from it. It might be community. It might be the sense of being able to help somebody. I love being able to help somebody. It might be the ability of giving. It might be the story that people talk about you, that you are a caring individual, because that is important to you. Okay, today, I'm going to be sharing with you what I believe are some of the key points about getting what you want. Running 3 businesses, each one of those businesses is successful. Each one of those businesses can run on their own, and I can not do anything else. So I understand what it takes to take a business from startup to quite large. And what I have found in that, I'm going to share with you today, that you can start to implement and put in things. But what I want you to think about is, well, what do you want? What do you actually really want? And because it's what it'll always come back to. And everyone talk, so many people will talk about airy fairy fluffy stuff. But reality comes to this: getting what you want will require you to do everything that you need. And in that, that's where you are going to be required to be the person that sometimes stands alone. Sometimes is you'll do the work even when you don't feel like it. And we'll get into that. But let's have a look at getting what you want. First, know what you want. Can I ask people just in the chat, do you know what you want? Just put in the chat, say, yes, I know what I want, or yes is fine. If you don't know what you want and you're feeling courageous, say, no, I don't know what I want. That's fine too. Just put in the chat, do you know what you want? Let me have a little peekaboo at this. Yeah, Diana, that's beautiful. I agree. I'm the same, like, yes, I know in some things, no, I don't know in other things. I had a similar thing yesterday. I thought I knew something that I wanted, and then that thing got taken away. So I don't know what the next part I want is. So that sometimes things get replaced. Kim, thank you for being so honest. No, I don't know what I want, but stuck on how to get there. Brilliant, Irene. Okay, so thank you for being honest, everybody. And here's the thing about not knowing what you want. If you don't know what you want, then you won't get anything. Okay, so what I want to make a suggestion to you is, rather than think, well, what's this big thing I want? You make a decision on what's the small thing that I want. Okay, you break it down. You don't have to go after everything. Not everything has to be huge. Not everything has to be $1 million income or even a 6-figure income. It can be whatever it is that you want. And it might be, talk to somebody. I'm going to talk to somebody. I want to be the person that's actually spoken to someone, not the person who's never spoken to someone. Or I want to be the person that prospects every day. I want to be the person, you see, if you haven't read James Cleary's book, Atomic Habits, then you're going to want to read that book, Atomic Habits, okay? Because what he does, he talks about it. If let's say, if you're a person that gets up if you're a person gets up and you go for a run, does that make you a runner? No, it makes you a person that got up, put on your shoes and went for a run. What makes you a runner? You become a runner if you get up 3 times a week, put on your shoes and you go for a run. And you do that over and over again. It doesn't matter about the weather. It doesn't matter about how you feel. You're a runner. Martial artists, for instance, you want to be a martial artist. A martial artist isn't someone that turns up probably once a week or once every 2 weeks. That's not a martial artist. A martial artist is someone that pretty much does what I do. You know, I'm semi-professional because I run a dojang. I get paid to run the dojang. I run classes. I train nearly every day. That's a martial artist. I'm a martial artist. So the same thing is about, what are you thinking about for yourself? What you do tells you who you are. Okay, I'll say that again. Now, what you do tells you who you are. Now, I'm not talking on a spiritual sense, even though it probably could be conveyed in that way. You are all amazingly created individuals. You're all amazing. You're all wonderful. You're all full of power, full of incredible opportunity, full of potential that is unseen. I believe that. And you are not the things of your past, but what you do from today on is who you are. Okay, I'm not, so work with me here. You are the things that you do, and I'm talking about what you do. So first of all, you need to know what it is you want. The second thing, who do you want to be? Okay, so who do you want to be when people think about you? You know, I used to think I wanted everyone to like me. I don't care about that anymore. Maybe I've become a little bit cynical. Maybe I've become a little bit harder. I don't know. I don't care about that as much as I used to. What I care about today is getting the things done that are important to me. What I care about today is entering into my, my second half of my life with passion and determination, and being a wonderful example to my children. What I care about is being able to have security in my finances. But but when people talk about me, that there are certain things that those people that are close to me, I want them to be able to say. Those people that aren't close to me, I don't really care too much about what they say. I don't care about what their opinions are, but those that are close to me, they're the ones that are important to me. And I want to make sure that those people that are close to me are able to get up at my funeral and say the things I would love them to be able to say from an open heart. So who do you want to be? Who do you want to be remembered as? Who do you, when people talk about you, those people that are close to you, because there will always be those that are not close to you that won't understand you, or that they'll be living on they'll be believing based on their own perception, not on any reality. They've never spent any time with you. They've never connected with you. They've never asked you questions. If they've been confused by something, they've never brought that confusion to you to get things understood. So you don't have to worry about those people. It's the ones that, that you have spent time with, your children, your grandchildren, those close to you, your loved ones. What do you want them to say about you? Okay, that's where that's the place where you get to draw on who it is you want to be. How should people speak about you? Same thing. How should they, when they're in how do you want those people that you care about to speak to you at the cocktail party that you're not at the birthday party that you're not at the event you're not at the coffee shop that you're not at, and they're talking about you, because everyone talks about everyone, right? That's what they do. Good or bad, that's what they do. They're people are talkers. And so if they're going to talk about you and they're your close people, how should they speak about you? Do they defend you? Do they protect you? Do they punch the person in the nose if they do something wrong? If they try and challenge you, or not challenge you, but they speak something negative that's wrong. What is it how should people speak about you? Then I want you to paint a 10-year picture. In 10 years' time, you're in the future and you're there right now. Who are you? Who have you become? Who have you become in that 10 years? What have you done? What have you accomplished? What's the legacy you're leaving? If you look back on the footprints that you've left behind you, where did you go? What was that 10 years like? And it doesn't all have to be about legacy. It can be what countries did you travel to? What experiences did you have? Who did you share those experiences with? What did people say? Who were you in those experiences? When you talk at night around the fire in wintertime, or when you're at the resort with your friends or your loved one and you're sharing an experience, what is that experience? One of my experiences from my holiday over Christmas, I stayed at an adults only retreat. Now, I know that sounds a little bit naughty saying adults only, but it was just a resort that didn't have kids. That's all it was. But at 3 o'clock every day, there was this girl that walked around with free sorbet. It was wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. So each day she knew that I would come find her to find my sorbet, because I really like sorbet because I don't eat very much dairy. And, and I talk about that. And I think this is about the 50th time I've told someone, and you guys are included in that, about my free sorbet. So what's the picture? What's the picture that you're going to step into? What is it going to be when people talk about you? Where do you need now? Now let's get a little bit closer to home. So if that's where you want to be in 10 years, what do you need to do, or where do you need to be in 3 years? Okay, where do you need to be in 3 years to make 10 years the reality? We think 10 years is a long way, but it's not. It'll be here in the blink of an eye. So where do you need to be in the next 3 years to ensure that you are going to be, I just looked at a comment there, I'm going to be old, even older. You're so funny. So where do you need to be in 3 years to achieve the 10 years? Where do you need to be in 3 years to achieve the 10 years? Now, let's go 1 year, 12 months. In 12 months' time, what do you want? In 12 months' time, what do you want? This is where the rubber meets the road. It's where, you get to choose and decide how will you play, because 12 months is December. We're in January, 12 months is December. In 1 year, at the end of this year, where will you be? Okay, now we bring in the rocks. And this is what today is all about. The rocks. The things that you're going to put in place. And if you have, there's a book I've read over Christmas called Traction. I love reading books. I don't read, I read enough, I think. The ones that I feel like I should read, I read. I probably read, I don't know, 4 to 5 books a year. But those books have an impact on me. I might list, so those books are important to me and have an impact on me. And that's the way I like to read. Some people say you should read a book every month or every week. I can't do that, but I can read a book. I can read important books to me that help me move forward. And one of the books I read was called Traction. And Traction is more of a corporate style book. I read it from my marketing agency, but to running a team, but actually it works for network marketing as well. And it talks about everything that I'm covering with you right now. And one of the principles within that book is rocks. They're 90-day goals, 90-day things that will happen and someone will keep you accountable. They're 90-day things that you're going to say, I must do this. That's going to move me closer to the thing that I want in 12 months. So in the 12-month, the 1-year goal, I must do these things to get there. So those rocks, they're immovable. And you are committed to them. And this is the difference. I was listening to another book by David Goggins. I love David Goggins. He swears a bit too much for me, but that's okay. I'm over that. But he wrote a book saying, you can't hurt me. David Goggins, the book, You Can't Hurt Me. I've actually listened to that book probably 4 times. And I've just recently bought his new book as well. And I agree with everything, with most of the stuff he says. Actually, I think I pretty much agree with everything he says. That to achieve, everyone wants to tell you about fluffy stuff. But I don't think there's a person I know that's achieved anything from fluffy stuff. The people that have achieved things that are big, the people that have achieved things that maybe, that the things that you believe that one day you could achieve, don't come from fluffy stuff. The person, like we just broke a new presidential in our team last month, Jeff Copper, and he didn't achieve becoming a presidential last month by doing fluffy stuff. He did it by doing hard work. And he set a goal and he said, I'm going to do this no matter what. And I'm going to make that happen. His rock was immovable. His commitment, unshakable. But what people want to share with you and tell you is that it's okay it's okay to keep giving up. It's okay to keep stopping. I want you to know there's a cost to continued stopping. I want you to know there is a cost to continued giving up. And that cost is that the things you could have achieved become less and less, because time is an immovable object. Time for you, we are all on this planet for a period of time. The things that, which means that the things that we can accomplish in that period of time are, become limited when we start running out of time. Now, do I believe that we can compress time? Yes. Do I believe in the law of attraction? Yes. Do I believe in that we can make our life easier? Yes, I 100% do. But I also believe that when if we continue to stop, the amount of things that we could have achieved becomes less. And that's just, it is what it is. And that's okay. So what we want to be doing with our rocks is understanding that we need to look at them and they become immovable, and we become committed to those rocks. You become resolute that this is the thing that I will do. Think about it this way. Your rocks are your children. Anyone gets in the way of you and your children and wanting to hurt your children, there's nothing that you wouldn't do for them. Nothing. And if there isn't, if you're not that kind of person, then maybe you shouldn't be on this webinar, right? I don't think any of us on this webinar would be a person that wouldn't do anything for their children to protect, save, help, nurture them. And I want you to think about your rocks, your goals are the same. They're going to require you to protect, nurture, and go after them. They're going to require you to draw the line in the sand and say, I am going to do this no matter what. I am that person that achieves the things that I say I will achieve and does the things I say I will do. So you are resolute. How you feel doesn't matter. How you feel doesn't matter. I've turned 50 last year, and here I am in a martial arts studio, running on the beaches, running on the roads, doing martial arts, kicking and punching. And there are days where I don't want to. I promise you that. Many days I don't want to. I do it. There are many days I don't want to do a call. There are many days I don't want to do a webinar. There are many days I don't want to do a three-way call or a training call. Many days. But feelings don't matter. If you run on feelings, you'll never achieve the thing you want to achieve. Fear is a feeling. Excitement is a feeling. And those things won't serve you. They're nice to have, don't get me wrong. Fear will keep you safe. Happiness will keep you happy. And I believe in happiness. I believe in all of that. But to achieve a rock, to achieve a goal, your feelings won't matter. What matters is the movement towards them. Circumstances don't matter. What happens around you doesn't matter. You have to be the person that says those things don't matter. And what I will do is that I will achieve and I will pivot. I will do what I need to do to make those things happen. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to figure out 3 to 5 immovable rocks. The things that you must do in the next 90 days to achieve the 12-month that's going to get you closer to the 3-year, which will help you become the 10-year. Okay, so let me say it again. I want you to choose 3 to 5 rocks, immovable rocks, things that you must do in the next 3 months that'll get you to the 12 months, that'll help you achieve the 3 years, that'll help you to become the 10. I know I said a lot in that, right? But those 3 to 5 rocks are going to be everything. You're going to learn a lot about yourself. You're going to learn that, hey, I can achieve, I can do, I am that person. I am that person who doesn't stop. I am that person. I do have inside of me what's required to make it happen. Just 3 to 5. I don't want 10 and 20. You know there's going to be a ton of things you need to do, right? But I just want 3 to 5 because you can do 3 to 5. And it might be that I need to speak to 1 person a day, 3 people a day. And you've got to be honest with yourself. Your rocks have to be real. They have to get you closer. They have to get you closer to whatever that 12-month goal is. If you set a rock that is, let's say that you want to be presidential at the end of this 12 months. To be presidential requires you to have 40,000 points. So you've got to move into the action that's required for you to achieve presidential. So you've got to look at the rock and be honest with yourself. And only 1 person can be honest with themselves, and that's you. You're the one that gets to be honest. Is this going to be enough? And you get to bring that to your upline and they'll tell you yay or nay. That's where the next part is. Share them with someone and let them be the one that is going to give you some reality around it, the truth around it. But here's the challenge for those of you that are the person they share them with. You get to be honest, and you have to be. If you know what their 12-month is and their 3-year is, then you need to be able to say to them, well, this isn't enough. We all have people on the sidelines who want to be our cheer squad. You don't need a cheer squad. You need a coach. Let me say it again. You don't need a cheer squad. You need a boxing trainer. You need the one that gets in your corner and says, hit harder. You need someone that says, skip more. Skipping, run more. Do more. You have it in you. You need that one. I've got a bunch of kids. They'll go to a tournament. I've told my students that we've been teaching kids now for 5, or not students, not just kids, for 5 years, and we're not a tournament studio. We don't train for tournaments. But I've always said to them, the day that comes when you go to a tournament, you'll do pretty well because you have the foundations right. So we went to a tournament at the end of last year and they won. And all of a sudden, these kids realized that all of the yelling, the pain, the sweat, almost vomiting, all that sort of stuff, and that I put them through, they went, wow, this was worth it. But I wasn't the guy on the corner saying, hey, yeah, you've got this, well done, yeah, and patting them on the back. I was the guy in the corner saying, go harder, go faster, punch more, kick more, breathe. You can stop in 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes. Get through this 3 minutes and give it everything you've got. And then they all had to do another 3 minutes. These are 9, 10, and 11-year-old kids. Now think about this for you. You can do more. You can kick more, punch more. And I'm using that analogy, right? I am, but in this business, you can talk to more. You can message another person. You can learn another thing and apply the thing that you learn. You can set a rock and do whatever it takes to get there. Some of you are so caught up in the how, you're not moving. Don't worry about the how. Don't worry about how you're going to do it. What's more important is that you set the rock and then you just do it, because you already know what you have to do. And your person that you're going to share it with isn't your cheer squad. The person you're going to share it with is going to be your coach. They're going to be the one that says, kick another kick, punch another punch, talk to another person, pull up your big boy pants, your big girl pants, and do it again. That's what you need. That's the person you want in your corner. There will be a time, and there will be plenty of people around there that are prepared to look after you and to encourage you. There will be those people in your life as well. But the person that is prepared to tell you the truth, the person that's prepared to draw the best, the absolute best out of you, is going to be the one that's in your corner telling you to do more. But here's the person, there's one person that you can rely on to do that more than anyone else, and only one. And I would love to say who that person is, but so I would love to say it's your upline. It's not. There's only one person that's able to tell you to kick harder, punch harder, run more, do more, speak to more people, do more presentations. There's only one person that can tell you to do that you're going to listen to, and it's you. You're the only one. You're the only one. So it's time you started listening to yourself, because your advice is good. Your advice is right. So set your rocks. Set your rocks. There's enough people out there that want you to take the wussy, the easy road. There's enough of those. You know what you need to do. You've got it inside of you to do it, and you can do it. So your rocks are the things you're going to set every 90 days. And every week, once a week, you're going to stay accountable with someone. And that trainer, that coach, that person in the corner that's going to bark at you when you don't do it, yeah, they should bark at you. They should let you know you didn't do the thing you said you were going to do. And you shouldn't be afraid of that. Just take it. Just take it. That's what my coaches do to me. I got 3. They all do it to me. Okay. They help me to understand. I said I would do something and do it. And that is what you need. And the one person you really will listen to is the one that's inside of you. So set your goals, set your rocks, become accountable, okay, and then make happen, okay, make happen that you make happen the thing that you say that you're going to do. Sharon, that's me. I hope that's okay.
James, I'm mesmerized, actually. It's such good, it's a metaphor that makes things Wow, it's like a rock. It makes it's solid, isn't it? Can reflect on that, and I'm sure people can go back to this again and again and re-inspire themselves to.
I'm glad. So,
There's great comments. Let's bit of comedy, bit of chat.
I love that. I saw some of those things. I was like, I looked and I started cracking up, and then I lost my train of thought. So I had to come off the chat because I started laughing. It was like, oh my gosh, you guys are awesome.
Yeah, we'll put this in our Facebook group for our team, and will be the topic of our coaching call this week. So fantastic. I'm sure many people will do the same. James, God bless you. Thank you very, very much. See ya. Bye, everyone. Have a great week. Next week's
Everyone.
Jenny Messenger. Bye.